Hello, everybody, and welcome to this new episode.
In today's episode, we are going to interpret a diagram about education system, revise the present perfect simple, identify consonant clusters, and describe educational systems.
Okay, so let's use the following diagram to complete the sentences about the British educational system. So, as you can see, from age 5 to 11, children attend primary school and take two exams, KS1 SAT test and KS2 SAT test.
All you have to do in this activity is to complete the sentences after you study the diagram. Sentence A, primary school is. Sentence B, children start at the age of 5. C, key stage 1 lasts years. D, children in year 6 take a test.
Okay, did you guess the right answers? So let's check them together. A, compulsory. B, primary school. C, 2. And finally D, KS2 SAT.
Well, now let's move to the next activity. Here it's about secondary schools, all right? Remember, children spend 6 years in primary school, and when they are 11 years, they in year 6 they have to move to middle school or secondary school. So here the diagram we have missing information. All right, so we have in the age, and we have in the age some information missing, years the same thing, and in the observation column a word is missing. All right, so here you have just to complete them.
Okay, so are you ready? Okay, so here is the second part of the diagram. And here is the complete second part of the diagram. So age, 12, 13. 14, 15. Now for the year, you have year 7, year 9, and finally year 11. For the observation, it is compulsory. Okay?
Well, yes, now we're done with the primary school and the secondary school. Let's move now to a more detailed description. So here is a jumbled description about the British educational system. Your job is to reorder the different sentences to get a coherent description. All right? First one is, they go to public school or state school. Students can take the A-level exam if they want to go to university. When they reach year 11, they take GCSE exam. In Britain, children start school at the age of 5 and can leave it when they are 16. The British pupils often wear uniforms.
Okay? And here is the complete description in a form of a paragraph. So let's check it together. In Britain, children start school at the age of 5 and can leave it when they are 16. They go to public school or state school. The British pupils often wear uniforms. When they reach year 11, they take GCSE exam. Students can take the A-level exam if they want to go to university.
Well, now we're done with the first part of our objectives. Now, let's move now to the grammar review with a revision or review about the present perfect simple tense.
Okay? So let's together observe the verbs in the following school notice board. So you will notice that all the verbs are in the present perfect tense. So have collected, have taken, has finished. So the three verbs have collected, have taken, and has finished are in the present perfect simple tense. and it is formed from the present tense of the auxiliary have and the past participle of the verb. And of course, it is used for finished past actions with unspecified time. The time can be unspecified with the use of the following adverbs of time. You can't enter the class. The lesson has already started. Have you ever attended night classes? The pupils haven't finished their project yet. So as you can see, even if you have prepositions of time, like already, yet, ever, or just, but when exactly? The question is, when exactly? It is, of course, it is still unspecified time.
Well, yes, of course. Now let's move here. You should also know that the present perfect is also used for unspecified, unfinished past actions, all right? Let's now observe the following example, all right? So, our teacher of English will retire in 3 months. He has been a teacher since 1983, which means that he has been a teacher for 32 years and he's still a teacher, all right? So has been since and has been for, here we have the present perfect. And in those examples, we have unfinished actions that started in the past, all right, and continue in the present time. And the two time indicators, since and for, are used in the following time expressions, all right? So since, we have since Saturday, since last June, since 1989, since 2 o'clock, since I was 10. And for is used like follows: for 3 days, for 10 months, for 26 years, for half an hour, or for a long time. So let's move now.
Okay, I think now it is time to have some practice because you really need it. Have a look. Put yet, since, or for. 1. I haven't met my primary school teacher 4 years. 2. I have been in state schools. I was 6. And finally, number 3. Have you read Harry Potter? Question mark. No, never. Okay? Did you get the answers? Okay, are your answers correct? So let's check them together. So 1 for 4 years. Number 2, since I was 6. And finally, number 3, yet.
Well, here you also need more practice. So let's move to the next activity where you need to put the verbs in the correct tense. It's the first sentence, sentence 1. The school web page, publish an article about the new school library. 2. The pupil go to the British Museum. 3. Biggie's pal, Samya, prepare a presentation about Ibn Bedis. Well, here it's very easy. You just need to put the verbs in the present perfect. And now let's check the answers together. 1. Has published with a singular. 2. Have gone, because you have pupils. And 3. Has prepared.
Okay. Ms. Ziani,
Yes.
I think we have finished with the present perfect. So the question now is, what is next?
Well, in the next part we are going to have a review or identify consonant clusters.
Consonant clusters? What do you mean by consonant clusters?
Well, so that's a good question. So here is the definition. A consonant cluster is the sound of 2 or 3 pronounced consonants with no vowel between. Absolutely no vowel between. And of course, a consonant cluster can come in 3 different positions. In initial position, like in draw, play, all right? Middle position, like in the word discover, answer, and in the final position, like in the word understand and ask.
Okay, I think I got it now. And even our pupils, have. Okay, so now let's identify the consonant clusters in the following, words. Compulsory, spend, student, classes, help, next, Algeria, and finally, England. Okay? I think, and I'm sure you have found the right consonant clusters. Okay? So for initial position, you have got st in student, cl in classes, and sp in spend. And for middle position, you have m and else in compulsory, and Alg in Algeria, and in England. And finally, with final position or in final position, you have ent in student, help in help, and finally, ext in next.
Well, now we are going to go back to the British educational system with with this diagram. You notice that there are three main parts. So we have the primary, the secondary or the lower secondary, which are compulsory, and upper secondary education. But what about the Algerian school system?
Okay, now it is your turn to draw a diagram about the Algerian educational system. This paragraph can help you.
Well, and here is a possible diagram that you can obtain by the end. All right? So, what did we do today? Let's go together through what we did today.
We interpreted a diagram about educational system. And of course, we reviewed the present perfect and identified consonant clusters and finally described an educational system.
Well, then, be with us next time and goodbye.
Goodbye.